Okay, excellent. So just in the interest of time, we should probably continue to push forward. Uh, I know you've talked a little bit about why you went into marketing, and maybe you could talk a little bit more about kind of what attributes make a good marketer, and what people can do a little soul searching on themselves, and if they fit this criteria, maybe consider a career in marketing.
Okay. Well, as I said, I don't consider anybody who said they're a marketing expert is full of it, proverbially. I made this list because it's very easy to make lists, and I'll be honest with you all, I hate PowerPoint. I think it's much more important, if you're a good marketer, you should be able to present things to people without PowerPoint. You should be able to understand their pain point or their need before trying to present your offering. So foresight is very important. Having a sense of where they're trying to head and where your offering is going to bring value to them down the road is very important. Independence, simply because you're going to get a lot of pressure from the BU to do things the way they think is important, because their goal is to meet the objectives set before them by the leadership. So you need a certain independence, and you need some what I call self-everything, self-awareness, self-confidence, self-assuredness, all the self, because there's going to be a lot of pushing and pulling, and if you're going to be valuable to whatever entity you're representing, you need to sometimes be able to push back in the most polite but firm form possible. Obviously, you need hindsight, because your biggest lessons are going to be from the screw-ups. You need to be able to look behind you and learn from both your mistakes, your successes, and what's happened in the past to others, so that you can forge ahead and save time. So 360 degrees awareness is very important. You need to be able to tell a story. A marketer is a storyteller. We're all storytellers, regardless of what function we're in. Obviously, a salesperson, they're going to tell a story, but they have a goal. They need to close the deal, sufficient to be able to bring in the account executive or the like. So they have a specific goal. A marketing person doesn't necessarily have a concrete goal other than, as I said, creating and maintaining and leveraging and maximizing the relationship between the offering and the end user. And often the end user is unaware that that's who they are, and sometimes the offering is unaware who the end user is. So you need to have that awareness, and you need to be able to have the narrative to connect the two. And you need to be able to have the discernment to be able to avoid focusing in areas that aren't going to bring the greatest return on investment. Obviously, confidence and humility, they are not direct opposites from each other, and it's very important to have both. Intelligence, obvious; passion, obvious; and a sense of humor. For God's sake, please have a sense of humor, otherwise you're in deep trouble. That's why, obviously, if you look at the first letters on every single one of these bullet points, you'll understand that sometimes that sense of humor has to be considerably silly. I hope you get the slide afterwards if you haven't seen it. Moving on.